right, man. In Ohio, they used facial recognition to catch Keisha twerking on their cop car. So I mean, let's fire up the video. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. They twerking up on headlights. Hey, let's see what's going on here. Hope they pack her up for a long time.
1,000 words. Watch and you'll see exactly what I mean. This video was captured by a Richmond Heights police officer sitting in his vehicle back in June outside a popular hotspot in the Hilltop Plaza.
A group of females walked by the cruiser and then returned back around this way. One of them climbed up on the push bumper and began to dance on the push bumper. And then another two females came walking around the other way as well, climbed up on the side of the car. One was standing about right here, standing on and dancing on the hood. And then another one then climbed up on the wheel and then onto the hood of the cruiser as well. There's a small dent and a little crease here. You can see that we didn't decide to fix that at this point in time. And then there was a pretty significant scratch that was about probably from here to here.
You were able to somehow identify at least one or two of the people who were doing this. Video is worth more than 1,000 words. How'd you do that?
Correct.
With the help of the Northeast Ohio Regional Fusion Center, they were able to identify the women using facial recognition software called Clearview AI.
They also then do a little bit further investigation into social media accounts and other databases like that to try and further confirm the identity.
Remember, everything that gets put on social media is out there forever and may be used against you in a court of law.
The three ladies in question, two of you guys have been identified. There's warrants out for your arrest. You might as well come turn yourself in and get the ball rolling on your court case here.
Because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. You're going to get picked up at some point.
How'd you do that?
All right, man. They just, they have no control. You can't control them. You can't tell them nothing. They put stuff like this on social media and then wonder why men don't want to take them serious, why men don't want to get married, her titties and her booties out there and all that. And this is what they consider having a good time. The optics of this is just terrible. And then a lot of these women be having kids or going to have kids. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? That is crazy, man. But at the end of the day, they wonder why they sit there and they be lonely and bitter and baby mamas or just be single mothers or just in general be lonely. It just and it's stuff like this is not ladylike. This is why when you go over to places like Iran, they have the laws in place. This is why you give women liberation, you give women the free will to anything. What are you seeing? Birth rates are crashing, STDs are going up, the whole nine. Sorry, it's my dogs. That's my bad. He got her knocked out Oz Road. Wish I can get that type of sleep. But yeah, that's why but that's what it is, man. They want to go out there and you let them have all this liberation of free will, not to be under anybody's leadership or watch. The mothers get tired of them. So the mothers put them out the house at a young age. So the mother puts them out. The mother puts them out the house because they don't want to deal with them no more. And, it's wild. And this is what you get. You let women, oh, we make our money, we do this. They want free and wild. And now guys don't want nothing to do with them. You know, guys don't want nothing to do with them. You can't tell them nothing. You can't tell these young women absolutely nothing. If you tell them to stop and what are you doing and stop twerking on the car and stop doing this type of stuff, they have no discipline. This is what happened, you know, when you can't tell them nothing, you can't raise them, can't say nothing. Can't say anything. They're free, and then society always gives them passes, and they're going to get a slap on the wrist for this. They're going to get a slap on the wrist for this. And you're probably wondering, oh, why the cops tripping like that? Because when they bring them cars back in damaged, that's on them. They got to explain, you know, why this car is damaged. So, and they got it on camera. Come on, I'm not about to get this out of my check or risk losing my job because these women got twerking on my car at a little spot. No respect for authority, no respect for the cop car, no respect for their mothers and fathers or their family, no respect for themselves. And then they want a respectable man to come into their life is wild to me. Then, you know, put a dent in this car. Like, what's cool about that? What happened to women being a little bit more taboo with their bodies? And then when guys approach them to cut into them, you know, sexually, when guys cut into them sexually, it becomes a problem. If you twerking and your booty and titties out and they see you on the internet like this, are they really wrong? Or are those men really wrong for approaching you in that way and manner? You gotta ask yourself that. Are they really wrong? Well, you know, it just seems like women will never understand how they present themselves is how they address is how they address. They get addressed, or how they present themselves is how guys are gonna cut into them. I don't understand why they don't understand that. No self-respect, but then you want me to treat you with some respect is crazy. No self-respect, but then they want you to treat them with respect. So, I mean, unfortunately, it is what it is for them. But and it had to be black. At what point are y'all black women gonna turn the corner? At what point are y'all gonna turn the corner and say, come on, we gotta be respectable. We gotta raise our women to be respectable, to dress respectable. That's why when you go over to Iran and some of the Middle Eastern countries and some other countries, this is why they have their women under strict. You give women an inch, they take miles. You let them do what they want to do and run free, they're going to destroy your society. This is why when you wonder why they put them in dashikis and they clothe them and they do all that stuff to them. This is why. This is why. Because you give them liberation. You see it all the time when you come over to this country. Watch that show, Love Island. The one girl on there that she's a baby mama. She's from the Middle East. She's a baby mama. That would have never happened in the Middle East. You give these women this type of free will and liberation in the place United States, they're going to run off and take with it, and they gonna think they having fun, but they're destroying their own lives. They're destroying society. But that's all I had to say. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Hit the link in the description. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. No, none of that. Just hit the link tree. Join the Patreon. I do just appreciate that. It's free for 7 days. Peace.